Hello students, in this video you will learn how to update records in a binary file. In the previous video you learned how to write records in a binary file and how to read the records from the binary file. So let us get into the session. Before we start writing the programs, you should know what is the purpose of the seek method. The seek method is used to place the file handle in a specific position in the file because we are going to learn updation. To update a particular record, first you have to place the file handle in that particular record and then update the content. In order to do that, you have to learn the seek method. The syntax of seek method is f.seek offset comma reference point. F is the file handle. .seek offset is the number of bytes that you have to move. Suppose your record is the 3rd record, the 10th record. You have to count the number of bytes and jump to that particular record to overwrite the content. So the offset is a compulsory value. Then reference point, there are 3 values for reference point: 0, 1, 2. 0 is the default value. 0 refers to the beginning of the file. That is the default, you need not mention that. Suppose you give fseek of 10, which means 10 bytes from the beginning of the file. So comma 0 is optional. But if you want to count 10 bytes from the current position, you have to give f.seek of 10 comma 1. So 1 is the current file position, 2 stands for the end of the file. From the end of the file, you have to move to which byte. So you have 3 options and reference point is optional. You need not mention, so it will be automatically counted from the beginning of the file. Okay. Then tell method is to fetch the current position of the file, where the present file handle is, which byte it is currently placed. To get that number, you have to use the tell method. So f.tell will give you the current position of the file handle. Because to override the content or to update the content of the binary file, first you have to find where that file handle is and then override the content. So you have to use the tell method first. Then there is a method called flush. What is the purpose of flush? Actually, when you do the writing part in a binary file or any file handling program, the contents which you are trying to write in a file are actually stored in a buffer. They are not directly written. Immediately they are not written in a file. So they are automatically written permanently inside a file only when you close the file. Till then, the contents remain in the buffer. If you want to forcefully write the contents before closing the file, if you want the contents to be immediately written inside the file, then you have to use the flush method. Okay, so f.flush is the syntax. What is f? F is the file handle. So inside your program, wherever you write file handle dot flush, the contents will be immediately written onto the file. Now let us get into the program to update the salary of an employee. This is an example. There is a file called emp.dat, which is a binary file. It contains records of employees like emp number, name, salary in the form of a list. So what are the steps to update the content of a binary file? Step 1, import the pickle module. Then step 2, you have to open the file emp.dat or whatever is the file name in RB plus mode. So you can do reading as well as writing. Right? Then which record you want to update? Say for example, you're going to update based on the employee number. You're going to update employee number 10 or employee number 15, whatever you get the input from the user. Suppose it is given in the question, write a program to update the record salary of an employee number 103. Then you can directly give the employee number as 103. You need not input the record. Otherwise, you have to first get the input from the user as to which record has to be updated. Then, because you are going to read from a binary file, you have to write the text in coding inside the try except block. So inside the try block, open a while loop because you are going to continuously load the records. Now, first step inside the while loop. Before you start reading the content, you have to store the file handle's position using the tell method. Because in case you want to overwrite or update that record, you should know the file position and place it. So first record the file position using the tell method. Then load that record. Check if that employee number has to be updated. If it is so, suppose that is the employee number 103, then get the new salary from the user. Then assign the values in a new list. Then place the cursor in the front because you're going to override the content. How to place the cursor in a particular position? Use the seek method. Which position will you place it? The position which you stored using the tell method. Now, dump the new record. You have people.dump method. Use that to place the record. Once the record is updated, you need not search any more records because your work is done. So break out from the while loop. Finally, close the file. I'll give you a demo as to how to do it. Now, before you start writing the content or editing the content, let us see what is the actual content of emp.dat. So let me first open it using try method. F equal to open emp.dat in RB mode. Then inside the try block, put a loop and load the records. While true, pickle dot load of F. Except end of file error, you can close the file. So let us see what are the contents inside the file. Okay, so in emp.dat we have 3 employee records. Employee number 1, employee name is Wasim, and the record, the salary is 80,000. Employee 2, Rihanna, 80,040. Employee number 3, Krishna, 33,000. So first you have to get the input from the user as to which record should be updated. If the user presses number 2, then you have to update the salary of that particular person. Or if you want to update the name, then you have to get the name. So let us see. So this is the content of the binary file. Carefully go through what is given here in emp.dat. Now let's write the program for binary file updation. So to update the file emp.dat, what is the first step? Import pickle module. Then declare a file handle for emp.dat, which is the file to be updated. What is the file handling mode? RB+. Why? You have to first read the content and then write and update it. So RB+ is the mode. Now get the employee number which you are going to update. So int of input, enter the employee number to be updated. So get the employee number. So we had 3 employee numbers. I am going to update employee number 3. Okay, so I will input that during the execution of the program. Now inside the try except block, because whenever you load a record, you will have an exception generated. So you have to put it inside try block. So while true, first store the position of the file, because before entering every record you have to store the position, because if that is the record to be updated, you have to use that position to jump to that particular place. So inside the loop, first store the position, then load the record and store it inside REC, pickle.load file handle. So one record will be loaded at a time. Check if that record is the employee number to be updated. If REC of 0 is the employee number to be updated, then get the new salary from the user. Enter the new salary or basic pay, whatever it is. Now form the new record. The content I have stored as a tuple. So first will be REC of 0, second will be REC of 1. There is no change. The new one is the salary, SAL, which is right now input by the user. Now, after getting the new input, you have to dump this record. Now, where should you dump? First, you have to place the cursor in that particular position and then dump the record. So, how to place it? F.seek of the position that we have stored right now. Okay. Then give pickle.dump the new record, comma, file handle. right? So first store the position, load a record. If it is not that record, again the computer will store the position and load the next record. Suppose that is the record to be updated, then get the new salary, construct the new record, then place the cursor in that particular position, then dump the record. Okay, then suppose an exception is generated. If the end of the file is reached, you can simply pass. I'm not going to close the file. Why? Because I'm going to write the contents again. Check the contents. How? Let us check if the contents are updated successfully. So while true, print here binary file contents. Print pickle dot load the file content, and except end of file error, here you can close the file. Okay, so let us save the record. Emp update. Now I will run this program. Enter the employee number. I am going to update employee number 3. What is the new salary? I am going to give 90,000. Let us now run this program. Okay, now let us run this program. And before you run this program, before you read the file contents, again you have to place the cursor in the beginning of the file so that you can read all the contents. Now let us execute this program and check the output. I am going to update employee number 3. What is the new salary? I am going to give 77,000. See? Record number 3, Krishna. Earlier it was 33,000. Now I have updated it using 77,000. Okay. In case the record is not fetched, suppose I input employee number 5 which doesn't exist. What will happen? Nothing will be written. In case you want to check if the write happened or not, if the employee is present or not, then you can use a flag. How to use a flag? First, I will set a flag as false. Okay. Initially, I will assume that I have not searched the record till now. Suppose I have fetched the record and dumped the record, then I will set the flag as true. Okay. And here, check if the flag is true or false. If the flag is true, print record updated successfully. The same program, I am just making a change. Else print no record found. Okay, and this you can retain as such. If it is updated, the updated content will be shown. Otherwise, the existing content will be shown. Okay. Now, let me run and show you employee number to be updated. Employee number 5. Now, it says no record found and the existing content is shown. Why no record is found? There is no employee number called number 5. Okay. So, this is how you type a program or you write a program to update a record which is existing in a binary file. Hope you understood. If you have any doubts, post it in the comment section. Thank you.